All right, welcome to a new video. So, since Final Fantasy came out, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and I got the deluxe edition that you see right here. I did the unboxing, so you can watch that one. It brought us a cool steelbook. It's in here somewhere. I decided to pull every Final Fantasy game stuff related that I have, and I didn't realize I have that much. So let's go, and I'll show you what I have related. This is not everything that exists Final Fantasy, but this is everything that I own that is Final Fantasy. So we'll start with a Nintendo game, Final Fantasy. So this is the first Final Fantasy game for Nintendo. I don't know if there was a Final Fantasy before this. I'm not sure, but this is the Final Fantasy, the first one I remember, and this is for the Nintendo. Then after that, I have Game Boys, Final Fantasy, and I think I have all three. So Final Fantasy Legend, Final Fantasy Legend 2, Final Fantasy Legend 3. And this is when it was Squaresoft still. I think eventually it became Square Enix, but we'll get there. So that is Nintendo, Game Boy. Now let's go. Do I have Super Nintendo? I thought I had a Super Nintendo game. Was there a Super Nintendo game? Probably not. All right, so now let's go on to what should we go? PlayStation. PlayStation 1. So I have a whole bunch. And somehow I ended up with a bunch of copies of the same game. So we'll go with Final Fantasy 7. And when I was opening this one up, it like disassembled. So I'm not going to open it. The disc is in good shape. The case is in really rough shape. So this is Final Fantasy 7. And that's what this is based off of. And then this is a very, very popular game because they did this a couple of times. So this is Final Fantasy 7. Let's see, where's the other one? Okay, we could go with this one. Final Fantasy Chronicles, that will be Final Fantasy 4, and then Chrono Trigger. And you can hear it, it's just like, these cases are disassembling from the inside. What's wrong with this one? Yeah. So that's what happens. So the little feet here, these are crumbling on all of my cases. I probably could replace that, so that's not a big deal. Final Fantasy, which one's this one? Anthology. And this one collects Final Fantasy 5 and 6. So I have 4 over there, 5 and 6. Pretty cool. We got Final Fantasy Tactics. And then you got like all the little characters there. Okay. Final Fantasy Origins. This one collects Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy 2. Then we could go with this one because I think this is next. Final Fantasy 8. 3 copies. So I have the greatest hits. A black label. I think this is my personal one. Like I bought this one. And then another greatest hits green label. Why do I have 3? I don't know. I just picked them up. Maybe I'll sell one. Maybe. Probably not. I'm just going to hoard them. Why not? We got Final Fantasy 9. We got 2 copies. We got a black label. And then we got the green label. Black label is the original release. And then this is like a reprint when it was a greatest hits. So that's the difference between these. I think sometimes one is worth more than the other. Probably the black label is worth more than the other one. Don't quote me on that. I'm not too big into prices on that. So that was from the PlayStation 1. PlayStation 2, I have Final Fantasy 11 online. Final Fantasy 10. And if you notice here, in crayon. That's because it was from either Salvation Army, Goodwill. They would put this, so it's like $3.63. That way you see the price $3.63. It's like a radar. That way they know it's a real price. That's what it cost me, $3.63. Final Fantasy X-2, $3.63. So I probably picked these up at the same time from a Goodwill or something. And usually they have it like marked twice. And that's the game. I thought that was not the game. And this one brings the manual. And the case is a little dinged up. So I'm telling you, these cases have been getting just completely damaged. So yeah, this one's all banged up. Nothing a little fixing. All right, so Fantasy 10 and then 10-2. I don't know how you say that one. 11, we already talked about that one. PSP. We got Final Fantasy Dissidia. I think that's how you pronounce it. And Final Fantasy 2. These were bought in Mexico, so that's not $300, so $160. Those were pesos, so that was like a $15. Was it? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, $15, and then like $10. Was it a good price? I don't know. I probably got them cheaper, but that's what I got. The Vita. Oh, we got another one. So this one is, which one's this one? Final Fantasy Tactics, The War of the Lines. I think this is a PSP exclusive. It could be. Pretty cool. The artwork is always awesome. It's going to be that one. PS Vita, we got that Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2. Remaster for the Vita. Okay, PS3. Final Fantasy 13. We got some Steelbooks here. Oh, we got, what else? Okay, so PS4, let's go PS4. We got Final Fantasy 7 Remake, which is part of that, right? So this is for the PS4, Final Fantasy 7 Remake. So that's another Final Fantasy 7. Final Fantasy 12 Zodiac Age. This is a Steelbook. Pretty cool. That's like the 30th, what? 30th Final Fantasy. So it's probably like 38. I don't know, that's a lot. That's a lot of games. So that's PS4. For the PS4, we also have Final Fantasy Type 0 HD Collector's Edition one that I have here. And I think one of these belong here. I think it's this one. Yeah, there it is. That's the Steelbook for that one. All right, let's move these things out of the way. Let's jump into the Switch. I'm missing one that I want. It's the one that has the Final Fantasy 1 through 6, I think. And there's two different versions. There's like a Play Asia and then an ESBR or something like that. That's worth way too much. I just want the game. So this is Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Age for the Switch. And then another one, Final Fantasy X2. As you can see, they're sealed. Not because I want to keep them sealed, but because I haven't played them, so I didn't open them. Oh. Next, so that was, oh, I missed this one. Dissidia, Final Fantasy Ultimate Collector's Edition. That's the one that I actually have. And that is the Steelbook for that one. Dissidia NT. Pretty cool. And it brings a statue. And then we have Final Fantasy for the PS5. Final Fantasy 16. I have this one, which is a PC game. This is the Final Fantasy 11 Vanadil Collection 2007. Never played it. It was new, $19.99. Yeah, free subscription for 30 days. Now we have the Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth right there. And last but not least, we have Kingsclave Final Fantasy 15. That's the movie. This is the Blu-ray movie. There's another movie, Spirits Within, and I think there's another one. I just don't have them. I need to buy them just to collect and keep my Final Fantasy collection going on. But yeah, this is the complete Final Fantasy collection. My Final Fantasy collection, not every single Final Fantasy game that there is, but that's what we have. At least we have this one. This one's pretty cool. So we have one of the first ones and one of the latest ones. Pretty cool. All right, that is it. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe. Catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.